Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar. Today we're going to discuss the importance of empowering your business through numbers. So first, let me introduce myself. For you, those of you who don't know me, I am Sharisse Guyton, the CEO and co-founder of Vision Numbers. Vision Numbers is a virtual cloud-based professional bookkeeping and business consulting firm. We currently operate in 4 provinces and 4 states. So let's dive right in. Numbers, the silent architect of success. With the data comes the power because now you're informed and you have the information you need. So, the role of bookkeeping in this whole financial management process is very important because bookkeepers keep track of every single expense leaving your bank account and every single dollar coming into your bank account. It's really important that you understand what is happening in your business. The second part of that is capturing all of that data, ensuring it's accurate, ensuring it's in the right place at the right time, and most importantly, ensuring that you understand it. Because even if you have all the best data in the world, if you don't understand what you're looking at, it's not going to be beneficial to you. So, understanding key financial metrics. So, financial statements is something that you should be looking at and analyzing every single month at a minimum. These are key terms that you need to understand on your financial statements. So, the revenue. The revenue is all of your income coming in before your expenses. So, that's just your straight sales. Profit and loss. This is your net income after expenses. This is very important. Think about if you're bringing in $20,000 a month. Well, if your expenses are $23,000 a month, you're actually operating at a loss. It's really important for you to know what that ratio is. Cash flow. Very important. It's literally the movement of cash in and out of the business. You need to understand where the trends are, how much money goes out of your account each month, and how much money comes in. Cash flow is one of the most crucial aspects of financial management. And expense tracking. It's very important that you monitor and track all of your expenses. One example of this would even be software. So let me bring you back to when everybody was utilizing cable. This is what you did. You paid for cable TV. But as the years went on, it got more and more expensive. So what happened? Netflix. Here comes Netflix, $7.99 a month. You can stream anything you want. No commercials. Everybody loved it. But then came Hulu and Amazon Prime and Stack TV and so on and so on. And because they're all so cheap when you look at them between $4.99 and $7.99 a month, by the end of the month, you don't realize that you're actually spending more now than you did on your one cable bill. It's really important that you keep track of all of the expenses going out of your company. You need to make sure that these expenses are justifiable and that they're on point and satisfying the needs of your business at that time. Technology. Being a cloud-based company, we rely heavily on technology. But whether you're in the cloud or in a brick and mortar business, it's super important that you still utilize all the technology that's available to you out there. These are the reasons why. It's going to save you time. You are able to automate a lot of processes that are usually very manual and time intensive. That is not a position you ever want to be in. If it takes more time, it's costing you more money, period. The second thing is accuracy. When you're able to integrate with your client's bank account, with their credit cards, with the apps that they're using to generate all of their invoices for their sales, you're now ensuring that that data is accurate. And this third thing that's also what I consider to be one of the most important factors is it's accessible anywhere at any time. Once you are heavily focused on technology and you have now moved yourself completely into the cloud, it doesn't matter where you're at, what time of the day it is, or even if it's even a work day, you are able to access the data you need in real time. It's right there at your fingertips. At Vision and Numbers, we rely heavily on technology. And when it comes to doing the books for our clients, the technology we rely on is Quickbooks Online. The reason for this is it is cloud based, which means that not only can we access the finances for our client anywhere at any time, but our clients can access that information as well. It's real time data. Because it integrates with the client's bank account, credit cards, as well as all of the apps that they use to drive all of their sales, We ensure that that data is accurate and in real time all the time. And when you have that data at your fingertips, you're able to make decisions. Automation. When you reduce the amount of manual entry that you have to do for a client, you have increased efficiencies, saving time, saving your client money, and you've also closed the gap on errors. And that is huge. You want your data to not only be at your fingertips, but you want it to be accurate. Integration. I've said it before and I will say it again. Having your bookkeeping software integrated with your bank account is a game changer. Every dollar that goes into your account and comes out of your account is integrated seamlessly into your QuickBooks Online. And security. They have multi-factor authentication to ensure that the appropriate people that are trying to sign in are able to sign in. And even though we are reputable bookkeeping firms, they have a safeguard in place that requires the client to still periodically put in their sign-in information to ensure that is 100% secure. So numbers are important. They can very well tell you a story. And the financial statements are where you're going to find most of those chapters. When you have your financial statements, the crucial ones that you want to be looking at every single month are your profit and loss, which shows all of your revenues and expenses, your balance sheet, which shows the overall financial health of your company, your accounts receivable report, which shows all that money you've earned that you should be collecting, your accounts payable, which shows where you're at with all of the expenses you have on your plate, and your cash flow analysis, which is super important to track all of the flow of cash in and out of your account. That way, you're able to project how much money you're going to need in the future. So, one of the things that financial statements can do is identify trends. An example of this would be when I was trying to plan 2023 and how I would need, when I would need to hire, when I would need to scale. I was looking at what was deemed to be the busy seasons or the busy periods of 2022. I relied on my data to make those decisions. We hired based on the trends that we showed from last year. When you have that data in one place and you're using that same software every year, you're able to see those trends and plan accordingly. Regular audits. Most people are very terrified of the word audit, but you need to look at audit as being something that is beneficial to you. So, an example of that would be client audits. Here at Vision Numbers, we audit our clients every single month. That means I go through and I make sure that all of the costs associated with handling that client's account, so that means the wages of the team member that is working on that client's account, as well as the overhead, because we do account for the overhead. Is it covering everything that I need? What I charge that client, is it covering that team member's wages, that the overhead of the company? And if it is covering it, how much of a profit am I making off of it? Is it a profit that's actually sustainable to grow and move forward as a company? So to give you an example of this, when we first started 2023 and I did the client audit on all of our clients, I was actually very ill with how many were showing that they were not profitable. As a business owner, that's terrifying. Um, to even look back, it's 10 months later into the month, almost 10 months now, or in the year, and it still makes me feel a little ill to think about it. But since then, every single month, it's in my calendar to audit my clients. And by doing this, I'm able to assess if we're running a client at the loss, that is a call to action for me. I need to talk to that team member. Maybe they need more training. Maybe they need more support. Maybe they need to redefine their processes. Or maybe it's a process on the client's end that is actually costing us extra time. Or at the very least of it, maybe I just didn't price it right. But regardless of the reason of why it's at a loss, if you show any client at a loss for any reason, that is a call to action to you. Something needs to be done to put this back in a better position. And the last thing would be to interpret the data. And I think it's really helpful in this situation to ensure that you understand the data. And it's important that you partner with somebody that understands it to explain it to you if you don't want to take the time to really do the full analysis. And that's where it's very important to have a bookkeeper because they really are a partner for you in the day to day managing of your company, but from the financial management aspect of it. So we can present you with the financials, we can present you with the data, we can ensure you understand the gist of it, but we can also present you with forecasting and analysis and trends. All of the information I just talked about, we can pull that for you and also make sure you understand it. So, like I said before, data really tells a story through all of the numbers. It's just really up to us as business owners to make sure we're reading every single chapter. So you can see based on everything I've said so far that the data can really help you make those informed decisions to really put you on the path to success. When you have that data, you're able to identify where costs can be reduced, which is huge. You can also identify your pricing strategies to ensure that you are pricing everything that's not only just covering your costs, but that is at a sustainable and appropriate profit margin, one that's going to help you scale, grow, succeed, move forward. And by having that data, you're also able to identify opportunities. And when I say identify opportunities, an example of that could be an opportunity to implement an efficiency, an opportunity to reduce some expenses. A case of this would be, looking at all of the different dues and subscriptions you paid all throughout the year, your Zoom, your HubDoc, your Google, your G Suite, everything that you have. Is the data, the technology you're even using still relevant, still up to date, and still satisfying your needs? When you have all of this information in front of you, all of this data in front of you, all these trends in front of you, you're now empowered yourself as a business owner. You're not making decisions based off gut. You're not making decisions based off, this is what I have in my bank right now, so we must be okay. You're not making decisions based off what Tom, Jerry, and Larry have told you that you should do because they've been business owners for a number of years. You're basing it off of the data that's coming directly from your operations, your company, your processes, your strategies. It's very important that you have this information. It's a tool. It's your superpower to ensure your success. Three of the things that I want to make sure that you take away from this is overcoming some of the common challenges of small business owners, especially in terms of their financial management. Um, so, one of the common challenges, biggest challenge, is cash flow. Cash flow is huge. Um, this happens in trades a lot. Just to give you an example, we had a contractor client, very busy. He reached out to us because it was busy, busy, growing, growing. He's paying people. He grew so fast that he's now paying people cash. He doesn't have anything in bookkeeping software. He doesn't know what's really happening. But once it stopped being really busy, he realized he didn't have any money left. He grew so fast that he was losing money. He was growing so fast that he was not actually costing out the jobs he was doing. He was not ensuring that the prices that he gave to his clients was even covering the costs of his employees. It's really, really important that you always have your eye on cash flow. And the only way to do this successfully is to ensure all of your transactions are in bookkeeping software. There is no other way for you to determine, monitor, analyze, interpret your cash flow unless it is in bookkeeping software in one place all the time. That is the only way to do it. With that being said, the second challenge is dangers of inaccurate data. So, as business owners, we find ourselves sometimes doing tasks in our business that we have no business doing. In my case, it was trying to record, edit, post, come up with content for my own social media. It was something that I was able to do, and I was doing it as a business owner. But it was taking me an exceedingly large amount of time. That is not something I should be doing. We have situations where you have a business owner that has taken it upon themselves to do the bookkeeping of their company, but not really having that background of how to do it. So even though bookkeeping software has come a long way and made it very user friendly for business owners, you really do still need somebody with that experience to make sure that you're guided on the right path, that you really understand how to enter the data, where to enter the data, and how to interpret the data. Because again, if you have all the numbers there, but they're not accurate, you're making bad decisions. If you have garbage in, you're going to have garbage decision making going out. And that is not where you want to be as a business owner. And the third thing is data integrity. Again, going back to, is it compliant? Is it accurate? Um, is it fully transparent? These are all things as a business owner that you need to ensure are being looked after. When it comes to CRA, you need to be fully transparent with all of your data at all times. Um, we make sure that when it comes to our clients, we plan their year end at the start of the year. And why do we do that? We ensure that all of our processes that we have in place will stand up to the CRA, will be fully transparent. All of the backup documentation that they might ask for is easily accessible. Everything is there, everything is compliant, everything is transparent. That's how you want it to be. And that means everything's recorded, nothing's paid in cash off the books. Again, what level do you want to be at in your business? Because if you're doing things when you're not monitoring the money going out of your account, you're not keeping track of the money coming in terms of, is it even profitable revenues? If you have no idea about the trends of your cash flow or even the industry trends of when your busy or slow seasons are going to be, how can you with confidence say that you're setting yourself, your business, and your team up for success? You can't. That's why it's important to have all of this information. I've gone over a lot today. It's all very important, but what I want everybody to take away from this is that you do have a partner. You don't have to be overwhelmed. You can get on the pathway to success. You can be 100% compliant. You can have financial statements reconciled up to date every single month. You can empower yourself when it comes to the financial management of your company. Even though for most of you, that's not why you got into it, you can do this. And even if you don't want to do it yourself, you have someone you can reach out to. You have a firm like Vision and Numbers who has a team of qualified, experienced individuals who actually love doing this. And because we love doing it, we bring 100% every single day. If you would like to empower yourself to make sure that you have that knowledge to make those data driven decisions, if you would like to set up a strategy plan for your following year, if any of these things really get you excited about your business and where you want to go with it, make sure you book your free consultation today. So, we have covered a lot today. We've covered the importance of bookkeeping, the importance of data management, the importance of transparency and compliance. Um, but I think what I hope that you take away from this is how crucial and critical data is to your decision making. And when you are making data driven, informed decisions, you will be successful. You will defy those statistics. And with Vision and Numbers, you don't have to become another one. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Send me a message on our Facebook page, or as always, book a free consultation where I'm more than happy to discuss your goals and help you implement a strategy to get there. Thank you.